The panel discussion, I'm going to have the pleasure, I guess, of introducing the members of this panel. I'm going to read this, so bear with me. We have a small and large local and national companies who are here to share their hiring experiences. And I'll introduce David and Callie, who work for American Family Insurance. I don't have their last names. David and Callie. Here we go. Next, we have from Mayor Klein and Lindsay Hindle represent the city of Talmadge. There we go. And I'm assuming over here. We've got Anthony, Darren, and Raymond, who work for Planet Fitness, a national chain devoted to fitness. Anthony, Darren, and Raymond, which, raise your hands. There we go. And Scott works for Target and is a self-proclaimed author and blogger on the side. Scott at the end, right? Would you all give these folks a great round of applause? And I'll let Dick, we've got some questions we're going to ask, so Dick, let her go.
Thank you.
Well, the point here is to get a discussion going with our panel. There are microphones here on each table, and if there are any questions from the audience, we'll also try to take care of those. We do have representatives in the audience with microphones if you have a question. But I'll try to kick it off with our panel and ask some of the basic questions that employees have and that employers would have, such as, all right, basically, what does an employee with a disability have to offer to my company or my community? Mayor, I'm just going to start with you just because you're the man.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for allowing me to be here today. It's truly an honor and privilege to represent the city of Talmadge and to have Lindsay here. Lindsay brings so much to she works at our Talmadge Rec Center. It's a 90,000 square foot rec center, opened up in 2004. Lindsay was the first application that we received for hire. She's still there. She's one of the few employees that are still employed as the original employee of the Talmadge Rec Center. So she brings so much to the rec center. People come into the rec center. If she's not there for that day because she has a day off, we're open 7 days a week. So if she's not there, where's Lindsay and what's going on? And so she brings so much to our membership. When we opened the rec center, we were hoping to get 2,000 members, and today we're up a little over 5,000. And I think a lot of that really, truly has contributed to Lindsay welcoming everybody into that rec center and helping everything out there. So she brings so much to our rec center. Happy to have her there.
Thank you. Let me ask, I guess, basically the same of David Rosenberger, our member here with American Family Insurance. How has your experience been with Callie, and what is being able to hire and retain individuals with disabilities meant to your company, your business?
We're pleased and thrilled to have Callie with us. She's been with us a year and a half. Callie is able to, a very valuable part of our staff. She's able to free up the other staff members by taking care of, we still do letters by hand. So if you receive a letter from us asking to quote your insurance, Callie wrote every one of those letters out. And I'm a little emotional.
Yeah.
To ask, we've had high school students come in that couldn't address an envelope. I've had high school students come in that can't read cursive. Callie comes in with a smile on her face, asks how we're doing, how our pets are doing, talk a little bit about football, high school football. She loves the high We've quickly learned that Callie has a lot more talents than we realize. She has input, I believe, about 4,500 names into our computer system. I think she knows half of them by heart. She takes care of all the smaller details around the office, from the lunchroom area, the vacuum, etc. When she's finished her work, and she's just has such a good work ethic and a smile. And I have customers that come in looking for Callie and ask her how her day's going. It is a special relationship that we have, and I did look back at the records. Callie is on this today. And we're just thrilled and pleased to be here. And as was saying, we all have some challenges in our own lives, and we all have gifts. And that's what we're looking at is the gifts, and lift everyone up. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Anthony from Planet Fitness? What's your experience been?
My experience with working with DJ and Ray is unbelievably awesome. Much like what they said. Not only do I come to work looking for to work with them, but our members, and we check in anywhere from over 1,000 people a day, and to have them be part of their routine, not just coming to work out, but coming to see them, to interact with them, it's huge. And the barriers and the walls that Ray and DJ broke down in their own setting that work at Planet Fitness is huge. At first we thought, maybe they'd come in, they could help us out with the cleaning and the facility of the gym and the customer service, going with that side, but to see their growth in the company as well, and just taking an opportunity, blew me away, from Ray. I work with Ray a lot. He stepped right up, grabbed the person's key card and checked him in. I wasn't expecting it, never taught him it, and it just blew me out of the water. So just to see their growth is awesome. But it's huge, though. It's huge. Like I said, we're piggybacking off them. It's awesome for the members too, because they really do create a relationship. It's not just to come to work out. Hey, where's DJ? Hey, where's Ray at today? And that's awesome.
Anthony, let me follow up with you on one question. So you, if I hear you saying it's correct, you had an expectation, when you're hiring the DJ and Raymond, but you're telling me that after they're there, they actually exceeded your expectations. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and every day, it's amazing. We put a little bit more on their plate every day, and they take it and they go with it. And then to come back, see two part of their team, it's just amazing. Really.
Well, thank you very much. And Scott, what could you describe your experience, working with people with disabilities?
I moved to Target and due to certain circumstances, my manager couldn't make it today, and that's okay. I'll be as good a representative as I can. But my experience at Target has been awesome. It's totally awesome because I couldn't have a better company to work for, in my opinion. I worked for many companies, and they've all been good, but none better than Target. I love working for Target. I have certain guests that will only come to me. We'd be busy, we'd be slamming busy, and people would try to get them to come to us. No, we was not. which is good, but it's also bad because I got more on my plate. But it's okay.
What kind of a shift do you work, Scott?
Well, being in retail, you really don't have a set shift. I work whatever they need me at work.
Okay, so you're available, not 24/7, but within reason.
Yeah, but I work 6 days a week. I don't work Sunday because obviously my rules say, so, and I know this, and I don't have to schedule me on Sunday.
Thank you. And again, anybody, if they have questions, raise your hand, we'll get you a microphone. But I want to ask, the panel, and maybe again, I'll start over with you, Mayor. Were there any barriers that you saw to employment, for people such as Callie, that had to be broken down before you could actually get things going? Did you get any pushback from them? All right, well, all right. Let David.
This is Callie.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
I had a few concerns. We are dealing with contracts and large sums of protection and things of that nature. But once more, once we got together and we went through our expectations and programs, it's been spectacular. Just like Scott, people come in to see Callie, check on her day. But yes, at the first moment that it came to light, it took a little bit of soul searching, and that this was the right thing. And this is in no way, we talked about nothing is given, everything is earned. Callie has earned everything with us, and we truly appreciate that. So, no, it was just a small bump in the road, and looking back, it was a very minute bump. It really was. It was just opening up our horizons, our visions for the future.
All right, Mayor, I apologize. For Lindsay, did you have any problems, any pushback from anybody?
No, I think the pushback is if we ever let her go, I think I'd be fired, or I would not be elected again. No. The rec center is a fast-paced rec center, a lot of people in and out of the doors, and a lot of people moving all over the place. And for Lindsay to overcome that, to keep her safe in the facility is our number one concern. We've definitely overcome that, and so I think that's probably one of the bigger challenges.
And I don't know if anybody on the panel can address this issue, but are there any kind of financial incentives with respect to disability hiring? I mean, any?
For the city of Talmadge, we do not get financial assistance. I think it would be, again, a detriment if Lindsay wasn't there. I think our finances would go down. Because the rec center, as I said, the membership has gone up. She's so well respected in that community up there, and that people really enjoy having her there. They come in to see her.
Okay, thank you. Anything from the audience? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sean. In 1998, I got hit by a man by the head and I was 15 feet over a bridge. And ever since then, I had a brain injury, or was it closer, so I went to Summit DB to look at piecework and stuff, like 15 cents a day doing a little piecework. Crazy, but so I was doing that for 16 years. I'm 37 right now, and I was doing that for 16 years. And then all of a sudden, I was in my workshop and everything, and I was thinking, well, I'm just as good as anybody, why can't I get paid more, do something better? And I started talking to my counselor and everything. And so now I have a job at I had a job since January 4th, and I'm working 16 years in DD board. the summer meeting workshop in Akron, Ohio. And right across from it is the DD board, and I'm a receptionist, and I'm also in flower work there. So I'm just saying that, like, people have so much potential, and if you just give like a chance.
Excellent point.
There's a workforce credit. I think Jared, somebody can explain that. We're talking about.
Yeah, okay, the financial incentive, and yeah, maybe, again, I'm not up to speed on that, but Jared may have. Okay, all right, so we'll address that later. We don't need to get to that issue right now, but there are some incentives there as well for employers with hiring people with disabilities. Let me ask, again, going back to Anthony, some of our employees with Planet Fitness, what's the best thing you can say about working at Planet Fitness or maybe Ray from DJ can answer that. What do you like the best about working?
The customers. Because they treat you with respect, like you're supposed to be treated.
But like, work with Dave.
Dave's an employee of ours as well. Older gentleman, retired from IT work, loves the gym, works with us. And I'm really happy to see him kind of take Brandon and me, and they are thick as thieves. You get him laughing, you hear it throughout the whole gym.
Again, a follow-up with you, Anthony, on that issue. How have the other employees at the gym, taken to, DJ and Ray?
It's a family. It's a Planet Fitness family. So we are all for each other. We're all one. I've never heard one, disgruntled remark. If it came from an employee or a member, we all have Ray, we all have DJ's back, just like they have ours. The biggest thing was getting it, what was going to be the members, and they were totally receptive and they loved it. So employees were fine with that. That was good to see.
Right. And any, here or David, any feedback on that issue? Other people that work at the rec center or with American Family. Any, how does it all work together as far as the team atmosphere that we all want in our workplaces?
I think at the rec center, people, the other employees, and some employees just come to work because they have to come to work. They see Lindsay there. Lindsay's there because she wants to be there. She's got a great attitude, which then makes all the other employees, hey, if she can do it, I can do it. I'll be there on time. Much better attitudes by having Lindsay there with the other employees. It really works out well.
Yeah, we're family. Our office, we all watch out for each other, watch our backs. Corporate has stepped forward. You've gotten a VIP award. She's earned 2 raises, things of this nature. We are so proud once more to have her with us.
And I would just say on that issue of attitude, that is huge in sports. As anybody who has ever played any sport at any level knows, your coach is always preaching about attitude. And, the old saying is, attitude will determine your altitude, how high you go. And the teams that Don and I have played on that have been successful have certainly had that good attitude, or enough individuals
with a good mental attitude to actually pull other people in the right direction. Matter of fact, Don remembers this, but Sam Figliano would always say, you know, you can picture 3 circles, one small circle here, one big circle here, and one small circle here. And the small circle over here would be the people with real positive attitudes. The small circle over here would be the people with real negative attitudes. And in the middle would be the majority of the rest of the people, whether it be a team or a workplace, you know. And whether your place is going to be successful or not depends on how much influence those people with a positive attitude have and can pull everybody in that direction versus the people with the negative attitudes that try to pull people in their direction. So, I mean, the same thing holds true in the workplace, and you know, that's another benefit of employing people with disabilities. That they all have good attitudes. And I don't want to, you know, paint with such a broad brush, but yeah, we'll go in the back for another question.
Hi there, everybody, and thank you so much for coming out to the summit today. Especially thank you to our panel members. I know it's kind of hard to be put on the spot. And Kelly, I'm going to put you on the spot if that's okay. I heard that you, when you said that you entered about 4,500 people into your database, I'm a marketing executive, my heart skipped a beat because I need somebody to put stuff in the database for me all the time. I'm curious as to what computer program you use to accomplish that goal.
We use Microsoft Excel, but we have a box app thing that it gets loaded onto that. So if I want to add more names, I just go right to the box, and I've been doing that for how long? A little over a year. I've been doing the typing, and I'm still amazed by how many names I can get.
Well, good for you. If you in here thinks Microsoft Excel is easy, I don't see a lot of hands going up. Do you also use Microsoft Word to create those letters that you refer to?
Well, and that helps me out. She gets the letters to me, typed up and signed, and I just, I address them and stuff the envelopes and mail them out.
Excellent. Excellent. And again, marketing person, I can use that too. Thank you so much.
Okay, any more feedback from the audience? Yeah, we have a couple of questions over here.
I have a question for the candidates that are working in the different businesses. How has working in these different companies changed your life?
Well, they're like my friends. Because I make them smile and laugh. I do it every day. Jokes.
Lots of jokes.
Lots of jokes.
My days there at the office are wonderful. We're like a big family. We take care of each other, and I always look forward to coming to the office to work. Even if I'm not working that day, I look forward to the next day when I work.
Anybody over here want to comment on that? Scott?
I love my job. I'm a people person. But what I hope is I go to work. Work is a big family for me. I love making people laugh. People laugh to me when I was a kid. I think that was just conditioning me for what I do now. I make people laugh. I hated it back then, but I love it now.
Ray, you have any comment? Well, yeah, the question was basically, how has your job changed your life?
I love my job. I work with my Tony here. He's the best guy. I work from 10 to 4.
DJ likes his job. All right, we have a couple more from the audience.
I'd just like to ask Callie, I'm trying to give advice to a few people that are starting new jobs, and I wonder, it can be very scary to start in a new office where you don't know people or a work site. What advice would you give me to tell them to help them stay with it?
Just don't be scared, try and be yourself. When I first joined American Family Insurance, the day that I had my interview, I hadn't planned on being there. The woman that I was with called me and said, "Get ready, we're going for an interview now." I was myself. I answered all questions honestly as I could, and I've been there over a year, and every day I just come be myself and get done whatever needs to be done, and that's pretty much the way our day goes.
Thank you.
Question over here.
Before I ask the question, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Will Gallup. I am a Good Life Ambassador for the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and my role in that position is to make a difference for everybody in the community. My question to all of you is that have you ever heard of Dragon Naturally Speaking? It's a voice-activated program that gives people who have trouble typing, who have limited typing skills, the ability to do their jobs quickly. And I feel that this tool will be a good, useful tool for people with difficult typing skills to get the job done quicker more than they expect, to be honest. So, do any of you have any comment on that?
Anybody work with Dragon? Scott?
I tried out Dragon quite a while ago, but it seems like Dragon can't even understand me. So it don't work for me. And I work for somebody else, but it can't understand me, so.
All right. So the question, thank you.
I actually worked with Callie at American Family, and I love her. But she actually worked there before I did. So I'm just curious as how that process works, how, even for the employees, how you went about getting a job, or how the employers went about getting their employees, and where people here can go to be able to take that next step to find an employee like Callie or like Lindsay, because it is really a great thing to do. So I was just curious how that people can go ahead and do that, or how, Callie got her job with us.
I was approached, and it was brought to my attention, we did have a job opening. I had put it in paper, different things of that nature. Many people came to the interview with restrictions, requirements, the days they could work, etc. Callie came and says, "What do you need done?" And there's a training program where a gentleman came with her and worked with her for a few days, acclimating her and going through the process of what the job entailed. And once more, not to repeat myself, but she has so many more layers and abilities we didn't expect. And as we, of course, as you know, got to know her, and we just, more discoveries. I don't get onto that computer program. I look at it in about think, okay? Call me old school, what have you. I ask her how it's done, and she enlightens me in a loving way, in a gentle way, that stay out of the program. And so we, as a people, need to bring more to the forefront that we all once more have skills. Don't ask me to sing, and don't ask me to get in the program. But there's other skills and things that we all have and can share and make the world a better place.
Thank you. Question over here.
Hi. You mentioned that a training program came and approached you. And we all know there's hundreds of training programs out there. What, as a company, can you tell another company that maybe a training program approaches them? What expectations can you expect from a training program? What would you expect as a company from that training program?
Well, there's a trainer that comes with Callie and works with her between what our needs are and her abilities. And I'm not even sure if there's a limitation or what have you. They're there until everyone is confident to move forward. And you get over the nervousness, you get over the, preconceived perceptions that are horrible, that we all have them, and you get more comfortable. I believe, is his name John, that helped train? Paul. And he checks back. Occasionally, a phone call or him to stop in, how things are going, and things of that nature. And, I would recommend anybody just to call and ask, explain your needs. And most times, many times, I believe they have someone that fits like a puzzle.